Hey, Cowboys Nation! This is Cowboys Wire News, your home for breaking news, smart analysis, rumors, and film room insights. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a snap. Let's talk America's team. The NFL world is buzzing right now, and if you blinked, you might have missed the biggest splash of the offseason so far. Brandon AIYUK has officially been announced as a Dallas Cowboy. That's right. The dynamic wide receiver who made waves in San Francisco is now set to bring his explosive skill set to AT&T Stadium. And fans are already speculating about the immediate impact he could have on this offense. You can almost hear the whispers among analysts and fans alike. How will AIYUK fit into a receiving corps that already has stars? How will he change the way defenses have to approach the Cowboys? The rumor mill has been relentless over the past few weeks, with sources suggesting that Dallas was quietly aggressive in their pursuit of AIYUK, seeing him as the missing piece that could elevate their passing game from very good to truly elite. There's also talk that this signing isn't just about skill, it's about attitude and culture. AIYUK is known for his competitiveness, his ability to create after the catch, and his knack for showing up in big moments, which aligns perfectly with a team like Dallas that is hungry for playoff dominance. The excitement isn't contained to insiders. Social media is on fire, with fan reactions swinging from disbelief to outright jubilation, painting a picture of an off-season move that could instantly redefine the narrative of the Cowboys' attack. As we dive deeper, the strategic implications of this signing are impossible to ignore. AIYUK adds versatility to an already potent offensive scheme, giving quarterback Dak Prescott multiple weapons that force defenses to make impossible choices. Imagine the possibilities: Prescott targeting CeeDee Lamb down the seam, while AIYUK streaks past corners on crossing routes, or lining up in the slot to exploit mismatches against linebackers who suddenly look out of place. Rumors suggest that Dallas coaches see AIYUK as more than just a complementary piece. He could very well become the X factor that shifts games in their favor. There's chatter that this move was partly motivated by last season's playoff disappointments, with management determined to add a player who can stretch the field, draw coverage, and create opportunities for others. Analysts are already drawing comparisons to elite receivers who changed the trajectory of their teams, noting AIYUK's unique combination of speed, agility, and football IQ. It's not just about the highlight reels either. His presence in practice and meetings is said to push the entire receiving group to elevate their game. And let's not forget the financial angle. Sources hint that Dallas structured this deal to allow flexibility for future signings, which could indicate even more moves aimed at building a championship-caliber offense. The narrative emerging here is that the Cowboys aren't just adding a player, they're signaling a statement of intent to the rest of the league. Off the field, Brandon AIYUK's arrival has already sparked conversations about the locker room dynamic in Dallas. Teammates are reportedly excited, seeing him as a high-energy player who brings a competitive edge without drama, the kind of personality that meshes well with a team chasing sustained success. Rumors suggest that veteran leaders are already envisioning how to incorporate AIYUK into team rituals, whether it's leadership huddles, mentorship moments, or simply injecting energy into daily practice routines. Fans are latching onto these stories, imagining a locker room buzzing with intensity and chemistry that translates directly into explosive plays on Sundays. There's also speculation about marketing and fan engagement. AIYUK's charisma and highlight reel potential make him a perfect fit for a franchise that thrives on national attention. From a branding standpoint, Dallas could leverage his image in ways that energize their fan base, sell merchandise, and attract attention to primetime games. Meanwhile, the media has been relentless in connecting dots between this signing and other potential roster moves, with some insiders suggesting that this could trigger a domino effect of trades or acquisitions aimed at complementing AIYUK's skill set. Social media platforms are filled with hot takes, mock game predictions, and heated debates about how quickly AIYUK can adapt to a new system, creating a sense of anticipation that feels electric. The buzz is palpable. Fans aren't just speculating, they're dreaming, imagining the possibilities of a Cowboys offense that suddenly feels untouchable. From a tactical perspective, coaches in Dallas are reportedly ecstatic about the matchups AIYUK creates week to week. Rumors hint that offensive coordinator Mike McCarthy has been designing new plays specifically for him, leveraging his ability to line up outside, in the slot, or even motion into the backfield to create confusion for defenses. This kind of versatility opens up the playbook in ways that weren't possible last season, potentially changing the tempo and rhythm of games. Analysts are pointing out that the Cowboys could now run more multi-receiver sets, exploit man-to-man matchups, and force opponents into uncomfortable decisions about coverage schemes. The rumor mill has even suggested that AIYUK's addition could impact the running game indirectly. With defenses spread thin trying to contain him, running lanes for Tony Pollard could open wider, creating a dual threat that keeps opponents off balance inside the Cowboys building. Coaches reportedly love his work ethic, noting that he's the type of player who studies film obsessively and adapts quickly, which could allow him to make an immediate impact without the usual adjustment period most free agent acquisitions require. Fans, of course, are already imagining him catching deep passes in clutch moments, turning the Cowboys' offense into a high-octane juggernaut that opponents dread facing. The chatter among insiders is unanimous. AIYUK isn't just a signing, he's a potential game-changer, someone who could redefine what it means to watch Dallas play under the bright lights of primetime football, beyond the immediate tactical advantages. There's a psychological component to AIYUK joining Dallas that can't be overlooked. Rumors suggest that his presence alone could intimidate opposing defenses, forcing them to divert attention away from CeeDee Lamb and other key targets, effectively reshaping how every team prepares for the Cowboys. There's also chatter about his influence on younger players, with insiders claiming that rookies are already looking up to him as a model of preparation and professionalism. The narrative emerging is that this isn't just a roster enhancement, it's a cultural infusion, a way to reset the identity of the team and inject an edge that carries over from practice into games. Meanwhile, fans have latched onto every possible detail, from his jersey number speculation to highlight reels of his most explosive plays, fueling a social media frenzy that makes it feel like the league itself is holding its breath. Rumors abound about secret training sessions, first impressions in meetings, and even playful banter with veteran receivers, creating a sense of immediacy and intimacy that makes this signing feel alive in real time. The combination of skill, personality, and timing has created a perfect storm of anticipation, positioning AIYUK as a central figure in Dallas' plans not just for this season, but for years to come. The whispers, the excitement, and the sheer energy surrounding this move are enough to make any football fan sit up and take notice. Finally, the larger implications of Brandon AIYUK joining the Cowboys are starting to take shape in speculative discussions across the league. Rumors hint that this signing could signal Dallas' commitment to going all in on a high-powered offense, potentially influencing free agency moves, draft strategy, and even coaching tactics league-wide. Analysts are debating whether other teams will respond by doubling down on their own offensive talent, creating a domino effect that could reshape the competitive balance in the NFC. Inside the Cowboys organization, sources suggest that the mood is electric, with staff and players alike energized by the idea of having a player who can deliver game-breaking plays consistently. Fans, too, are caught up in the narrative, imagining Monday Night Football moments, playoff heroics, and highlight reel catches that could define the season. The buzz around AIYUK isn't just about football, it's about the spectacle, the drama, and the potential for the Cowboys to reclaim a dominant narrative in the league. In short, every rumor, every whisper, and every social media post points to one conclusion: Dallas isn't just adding a wide receiver, they're injecting excitement, ambition, and a sense of urgency into their team. And the football world is watching, waiting to see if this gamble pays off in spectacular fashion. The impact is already being felt, and the story is far from over as the off-season chatter heats up. Insiders are already speculating about how AIYUK will change game plans on a week-to-week basis. Rumors suggest that the Cowboys coaching staff is thrilled about his ability to create mismatches, especially in red zone situations where every inch matters. The whispers are that Dallas may experiment with new formations, lining AIYUK up both inside and outside to confuse defenses and open up space for CeeDee Lamb, Tony Pollard, and even tight ends like Jake Ferguson. Analysts are buzzing about his speed, his agility, and his uncanny knack for making defenders miss in tight spaces, suggesting that his presence could lead to explosive plays that turn close games into decisive victories. Social media has exploded with mock highlights, imagined touchdowns, and speculative game scripts where AIYUK dominates from the first snap. Fans are debating how quickly he can learn Mike McCarthy's system, and insiders hint that he's already impressing teammates with his work ethic and film study habits. The rumor mill even stretches beyond the field. Some suggest that having a player like AIYUK, who thrives in high-pressure moments, could inject a sense of confidence into the entire locker room, creating a winning mentality that extends beyond any single game. The excitement is palpable, and everyone from beat reporters to armchair fans seems to agree this is more than just a signing. It could be a turning point for the Cowboys' offensive identity. Before we roll on, subscribe to Cowboys Wire News, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Your support keeps the Dallas Cowboys updates coming. Tell us what you think in the comments. Speculation around AIYUK also touches on the psychological warfare he brings to the league. Rumors circulating suggest that opponents are already adjusting their game plans in anticipation of his arrival, knowing that one misstep could lead to an explosive play. Analysts note that his ability to stretch the field forces defenses to allocate resources differently, potentially freeing up other receivers for easier matchups or opening lanes for Pollard to make game-changing runs. Fans are imagining those scenarios in vivid detail: deep bombs down the sideline toe-tap catches, and acrobatic grabs in traffic. Off-the-field chatter adds another layer of intrigue, with insiders hinting that his presence may inspire teammates to elevate their game, creating an environment where complacency isn't tolerated. The rumors also suggest that AIYUK's adaptability, his ability to play multiple roles in the passing game, makes him uniquely valuable in high-stakes situations like playoff runs or prime-time matchups. Some speculate that this move could even affect the Cowboys' draft strategy next year, giving them more flexibility to focus on other key areas. While knowing AIYUK can fill multiple offensive roles across fan forums, podcasts, and social media, the narrative is building. Dallas hasn't just added talent, they've added unpredictability, explosiveness, and a player who can change the narrative of every game he touches. The media frenzy surrounding AIYUK's arrival is showing no signs of slowing down. Rumors indicate that he's already been involved in strategy sessions, giving insight into how he reads defenses and suggesting plays that exploit coverage weaknesses. Commentators speculate that his input could help Prescott make quicker decisions and elevate the overall efficiency of the passing game. Fans are dissecting every snippet of practice footage, every preseason sighting, and every rumor, creating a sense that AIYUK's influence is immediate and profound. Insider chatter hints at a growing camaraderie between him and Lamb, suggesting a budding on-field chemistry that could evolve into one of the league's most feared duos. Even talk about his leadership qualities is making waves, with sources hinting that younger players are drawn to his competitive drive and willingness to push himself and others to excel. Social media amplifies these stories, with memes, highlight reels, and speculative game scenarios fueling excitement and debate. Analysts are drawing parallels to other high-impact receivers who changed the trajectory of their teams, suggesting that AIYUK could serve a similar role in Dallas, not just as a weapon, but as a cultural catalyst, energizing the entire squad. In short, the rumor mill paints a picture of a player whose arrival resonates far beyond his individual performance. Offensive schematics are also at the center of the speculation, with rumors hinting that Dallas may introduce more spread concepts and motion-heavy plays to maximize AIYUK's talents. Analysts are buzzing about how this versatility could force defenses into uncomfortable adjustments, opening up opportunities across the field for the entire offense. Some insiders even suggest that Dallas could become one of the most unpredictable teams in the league, blending quick short passes, deep threats, and dynamic runs, all while keeping defenses guessing. The social media reaction mirrors this speculation, with fans drawing up imagined plays and discussing the potential nightmare matchups AIYUK could create for opponents. There's chatter that his role could be bigger than just a top receiver. He might be used as a decoy, a mismatch exploit, or even a gadget player in certain packages. Rumors hint at new drills and practice routines designed specifically to integrate his skill set into the offense seamlessly, ensuring that the learning curve is minimal. Analysts suggest that his adaptability makes him an ideal player for modern NFL offenses, capable of influencing the game in multiple dimensions. Every rumor, every insider snippet, and every speculative report seems to converge on one conclusion: AIYUK isn't just an addition. He's a potential revolution for Dallas' offensive playbook, and the league is already taking notice. That's a wrap from Cowboys Wire News. For breaking Cowboys updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Tell us your take in the comments.